Hello, Arsenal fans and all over the world. I just want to give the highlight about maybe my view in terms of today's game, and I think it's very important to kind of talk about, you know, our first game. Obviously, playing at Old Trafford is always a very difficult game. Let's be honest. Obviously, I think in the past seasons, we've tried as much as possible to get result from Old Trafford as well. It's been absolutely impressive, but we know that Ruben Amorim is definitely putting things together as well, getting the team to work very very hard. Trying to kind of create that energy, positive energy in the dressing room and also on the pitch as well. And as you must have seen today, a lot of United fans can definitely agree that they can see that energy, they witness that energy today, they can see the impact of hammering on that team today as well. Now, just back to Arsenal, I think Gyökeres, obviously it was okay, he performed well, to some extent. And I think my only concern is that we defended very well, which is absolutely great. The players were absolutely fantastic. That defense was absolutely solid. But I think the bigger question here is, do we want to do this all season? Absolutely not. I mean, it will definitely get boring and tiring at some point, and players are definitely going to be worn out if this is how we're going to play whole season. And the reason why I'm not really that worried as such is simply because it's the first. It's just the first, it's the first game of the season. And I think as the season goes by as well, there'll be more and more games, obviously, for us to kind of look into and analyze and think and see how things actually go, in that game as well. But I'm not here to criticize any players. I'm not here to kind of say, okay, this guy, this particular player should have done well or should have done this and that. Like I said, it's the first game of the season, and I think fans needs to kind of relax a bit as well. And indeed, we don't want a situation whereby we're gonna be defending every single game, especially when we play against a high pressing team. We don't want to be defending every single time. Obviously, we've played that before as well in the past that we didn't get results, and I think maybe this could be a sort of a different tactics from Arteta. And obviously, looking at the overall performance, nothing really much. Of course, it was very, very draining in terms of how these guys, how the players invited pressure, things like that. But we can always be positive in terms of it's the first game of the season. Then we take it up again next week against Leeds and see what will happen, in that game as well. I'm always very positive, and I hope that this season is definitely going to be Arteta's season, because I genuinely believe that this is going to be a defining season for him. And if he doesn't win anything this season, I'm not sure how he's going to keep his job beyond next season. So that's going to be very, very hard, and that'll be up to the board to kind of decide. But I think this is a defining season for Arteta. And, of course, judging from the performance of today, I know many Arsenal fans are going to say, I don't think we're going to go get anywhere second this season. But like I said, it's the start of the season. Let's be positive. Let's look at what will happen next. We don't have to panic. We just have to kind of see what will happen next as well. Let's take it game by game and see what will happen. And another thing I'm so happy with as well is the fact that we have a lot of players that couldn't even make it to the bench today at all. Lots and lots of players that couldn't make it to the bench today. And, I think that kind of shows depth as well in that team. And it shows that we have several options that we can actually explore. So the home game against Leeds next week, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I believe that it's going to be a great game for everybody. Everybody's going to enjoy it. So let's just wait and see what will happen in that game. And yeah, like I said, let's be hopeful, and let's hope that everything goes well in terms of that, performance next week as well. We can build on it. The most important thing is the 3 point. Also happy, obviously for most Arsenal fans, they were all at the edge. I was at the edge as well. Like something that you couldn't watch, because United were just pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing. And, eventually, they couldn't actually score a goal. They tried, of course, our defense. The defense of Arsenal was absolutely fantastic, extraordinary. And that's what you need sometimes to win the league. You need that defense as well to be tight. So, which is what the players have done absolutely today. So, let's just hope that they can build on it, and let's see what will happen again next week. Thank you very much, and then stay tuned for more match analysis, in terms of Arsenal, like in terms of Arsenal games and every other football game, every other team games as well. So it's just a start, and then I hope you stay tuned as well for more. And, just to add as well, in terms of shot and things like that, Man United, actually, there were so many shots on target, and it was kind of worrying as well, because Arsenal just kind of invited that pressure. It's like the midfield was dead. But I hope that the team can gel together on time. I hope the team can actually, create that flow, that level of confidence that they need to take things forward. Yeah, thank you very much, and then I'll speak to you again next time. Bye.